Welcome back, everybody. I'm Josh Madsen, and welcome to the Castle Country Real Estate Podcast. This is episode number 12. Super excited to be here and go over some market stats, some hot tips, and some things going on here in Carbon and Emery County today. So thanks for checking in. And I want to start off with doing market statistics. Utah Real Estate just put out the latest statistics that date back to September usually it's about a month delayed. And we get those statistics every month, and I wanted to share them with you so that you're up to date on what's going on as Utah as a whole and how we can kind of extrapolate that information and apply it here in Carbon and Emery County, because the trends are very similar. The pricing obviously is probably going to be a little bit different, but let's jump into it. We can kind of talk through it. So according to UtahRealEstate.com, the median days on the market is 31 days, and this is up from 22 days last month. So we're seeing it inch up. I talked about it last week. Sellers can expect their house to be on the market for a little bit longer. And kind of as the hot tip, we're going to break this down and kind of give my synopsis of it. Homes sold, 3,501 homes sold. Just over 2,500 were single family. Now the median sold price is up 8.6% from last September. So the single family home median sold price is $554,000. So up 8.6% from last September. And keep that in mind, that percentage of going up, because we're going to talk about that. Now, residential listing inventory, this is also an interesting one. 4,705 listings were entered in 2022, and that's down from 5,375 listings in 2021. So what does all this mean? So today, instead of just doing a little hot tip, I kind of want to do my breakdown. If you follow me on social media, I put something very similar up a couple days ago, and you can find that at madsen.team on Instagram or Facebook. And this is kind of the three key points that I'm observing from this information that we just got. So first point, houses are staying on the market longer, an average of 31 days. So nothing too concerning, but sellers should understand that their home may be on the market longer than it took to sell during the last 2 years. Buyers should know this means more opportunity to look at properties in a timely fashion with less pressure to buy quickly and more options to choose from. So again, we've talked about this over and over, more inventory on the market, and what that means for the seller's expectations. So if you're out there thinking about selling your home, we're going to list your home. We want to make sure that we're not thinking it's going to sell in a week. It's probably going to be closer to a month. And this is super important to set that expectation from a realtor to a seller, or even the seller yourself, just to know it's going to take a little bit more time to materialize the sale. All right, so point number 2, the median price of a home is on average up 8.6% from the same period last year. This is the one I think is most interesting. So this means the values are holding, and although we are out of the double-digit percentage growth of the pandemic era market, it's still a healthy growth of value. And what that means is, if you think you put your money in the bank and get an 8.6% return, that's pretty good, right? And during the pandemic, I mean, we were seeing in some counties prices going up 22% a year, 25% a year, 19% a year. Astronomical growth. So we're settling into the single digits. I talked about this months and months ago that this was most likely going to happen. But you have to think from an investment standpoint, the value is still going to keep going up. So as a homeowner, this is great. Your money is growing essentially. And it's still a good time to sell because it's a strong market. And I think what's going to keep pressure on the market is buyers seeing this number and understanding the value is continually going up. So despite us seeing some changes, you're seeing some price reductions, and sometimes people are looking at these price reductions as the market starting to head towards a crash, for instance. But I think if you look at the supply and demand of the market, what you're going to realize is the value is still going up. There's just not enough houses for people. And honestly, that's going to push buyers into the market that are capable of buying and want to purchase a home because they see the values going up. So there's still a little bit of incentive there to get into the housing market if this continues to go up at that rate. Um, so point number 3, less listings went on the market than this time period last year. So in my opinion, the cooling market of buyers is influencing some sellers to hold on to their existing homes. Although there are more options for buyers to look at with a little less pressure on the market, there's still a lack of homes for certain categories of potential sellers. So this kind of plays into what I just talked about in point number 2 as well. But I think what we want to look for as we go into the coming months and go into 2023 is we want to pay attention. Are the values continually going upward a little bit? And what's going on in terms of sellers getting into the market to sell their properties, and then that's more options for the buyers. So definitely check this out. I think these statistics are super, super important, and wanted to go over those. So hopefully that's helpful to everyone. So events going on in the area. I wanted to bring up one event I thought was super cool. Castle Country Gardens and Landscapes for Beginners. And this is put on by the Extension at Utah State University. It's happening November 9th. Plan ahead for spring vegetable gardening. 6 to 7:30 p.m. Reeves Building, room 122 at the USU Eastern Campus. $5 for a class. I know when I moved to Carbon County, we were really excited to start a garden, and we've utilized the extension a lot just to get more information, understand soil. We were totally beginner gardeners when we got here, and it's been fun. We're 2 years in, and we're loving it. So I thought this was a fun class to mention to people out there to get involved. If you've thought about a garden and maybe you just need a little help or trying to understand soil better or where to get started, this is the class for you. So check that out. Castle Country Gardens and Landscapes for Beginners. So before I sign off for today, I wanted to go over the listings that I've got on the market right now. I've got an amazing property. It's 785 South, 400 East. It's currently a rental, so this is great if investors are looking to get in and have a rental, a consistent rental property in South Price. So check that out. We've got that listed. It's 1,364 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $99,000. So check that out. Also, some listings that I've got outside of Carbon and Emery County. I have an amazing piece of land up near Rockport Reservoir. It's a 1-acre lot that's buildable, has an amazing view of the Rockport Reservoir. So if anybody is interested in having land up in that area, it's a beautiful zone, and we've got that listed at $140,000. Upcoming, actually I got one more wanted to mention. I've got a listing up in North Ogden, way far away from Carbon and Emery County, but it's an amazing house. It's a ranch rambler, 1,700 square feet, 4-bed, 2-bath. We've got that listed at $450,000. This particular listing, for someone who's a mechanic, likes to work on cars, it's got a separate detached garage that fits 4 to 5 vehicles, probably 4 more comfortably, and has the ability to put an engine hoist and some stuff like that in. Super, super cool property, and up in North Ogden. So check that out. Upcoming listings I've got, I'm going to have a new one going up this week in Farron. So over in Emery County, love Farron. I think it's such a cool area. The reservoir's up there. You got the Millsite Golf Course, and we're going to be listing that home, as well as another one in about a month over on Carbonville Road. So that's what I got going on. We got market statistics. We've got how sellers and buyers can take that information and use it to their advantage. We've got a little bit of events going on in Carbon in Emery County to check out. If you want to be a gardener, check that out. And then if you have any questions about any of the listings that I mentioned, you can reach out to me. Shoot me a text or a phone call, 801-388-4047. Or you can DM me on Instagram at madsen.team, madsen.team. And until next week, I'll see you later, and hope you enjoy the Castle Country Real Estate Podcast every week, where we bring you information about what's going on here. Thanks for listening.